DecoNetwork makes it easy to stretch a background and/or content across the full width of a page. So let's just go ahead and add a row of content. And let's go ahead and within this row, let's add a background image. And we'll just search for a sports field as an example. So we'll choose this nice turf field. And clearly it's not going across the whole width of the page. And that's what we want to do. So how do we get it to go across the full width so there's no white on the sides? Click on the drop-down menu, row settings, layout properties, stretch, background full page bleed. By making the background the full page bleed, it'll stretch it across the whole width of the page. Now, from here, we can drag and drop our content. So I could drag and drop a header. And let's just make, for example, let's make the header bold, all caps. We'll center it. We'll make it white. And we'll have it be something like, get your team merch and gear now. And if you see here, we're 2 lines and I can barely read the white. So how do I, dial this in? Well, whenever you add a background, it's a good idea to look at the background properties. 1, make sure you're between 2,000 and 3,000 pixels wide. When I make this original, you're going to see image is going to really sharpen up. I'm going to triple the resolution, and it's going to look a lot sharper of an image. That's the first thing I'm going to do here. The next thing is I'm going to come into the image effects, and I'm going to turn down the brightness. So I'll come into brightness. Let's go ahead and make this like 65. And you're going to see it's going to be a lot easier to read that white text by turning down the brightness and making the resolution the proper amount, which again, if I'm going the full width of a page, I want it to be anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 pixels wide. Now that image is somewhat struggling, so let's again, sports field. Let's try this image. Anytime I swap that background image, you always want to come back here because it defaults to large. Remember, 2,000 to 3,000 pixels wide. I'm glad this is happening so you can see when I go from large to huge, it's going to double the resolution. This image is going to get sharper. Voila. Now, you see how it's not going the full width of the page? Let's say we want this text to be all one row. We have space. Why is it not going there? Well, within the row settings, within stretch, we can stretch the background and or the content as well. So if I check stretch the content the full page bleed, now you can see it goes the full width of the page. If I only want it to go a max width, let's say I want the background to go the full width, but I don't want this to go the full width on a 30-inch wide monitor. I only want it to go 15 out of the 30. Well, I could come into the widget itself, go into layout, width, and I can set a maximum width here. So instead of 100%, I could set amount of pixels, only go 1,300 pixels wide. Or if I go, 1,200 pixels wide, I bet that now drops down a row. And it does. If you have any questions on how to control the max width for a background and or content in the form of a widget, simply visit DecoNetwork's help articles and our YouTube channel. Thank you.